Alright guys, I thought I'd just show you how to set up your homepage, set up Photoshop to develop home pages. These settings aren't required of course to create home pages, but they sometimes help you, so just thought I'd run through a few of them. First ones we're going to go through is creating grids and guides. I might just actually create a document first. I'm just going to set it up to that size, it's good. Preferences again, go down to units. Rulers, let's go in here, yep, okay, guides and slices. So I like to set up my grid to have basically a grid line every 10 pixels and to have subdivisions every 10 as well. So that just allows me to be able to zoom in, and it helps me to be able to easily count, okay, yeah, that's how many pixels that particular object is. It can help me when I've zoomed in a bit. The other thing that you might want to look at is your units and rulers. For sure, you want to have your rulers set to pixels, because that's how home pages are rendered in the browser off a pixel. I would also recommend type, but that's up to you. You might find that points is easier to understand. That's just because of my Flash background. I prefer pixels to be my type. So the other thing that we should look at before we start actually doing any drawing in Photoshop for the web is color managing. So we want to make sure that our color setting is set up correctly. From this drop down menu you can just choose web, and you'll see that all these menus will automatically update for us. Personally, I don't like this, mainly because it will convert any work that isn't web safe to web safe. So I don't like artwork that I import being converted, so I prefer to just have North American General Purpose 2, and that basically preserves all embedded profiles in my web, and then I can save it out and I can manage the color rather than Photoshop guessing it for me. The other thing to do to have a look at is this eyedropper tool. So if I click down and hold my mouse down, I can move actually outside of Photoshop and pick up colors. If you look down the bottom left hand corner there, you'll see the foreground color is changing as I mouse over different colors. So if you found a home page that you like or would like to grab some colors from, then this can be a useful way of being able to do that. The other thing with setting up a home page in pixels, you've got the ability to be able to easily zoom in to your objects and see exactly how big they are. So I'll just do that. And I'm just hitting Z on the keyboard, and I'm zooming in. So I'm back to my selection tool, and you can see I can get really accurate in how big I'd like my squares or boxes to be. Another fantastic feature is being able to pull out your rulers, and you can see that I can set up points to be, that's my 0 point there, and 0 starts there as well. So there's a few tricks. If you want to get rid of that, just double click and it goes back to normal. You can pull your guides down. We did this in a previous class, and you can see that my guides are snapping nicely to my grid. That's mainly because I've got snap turned on. So you can see I'm asking my guides to snap to my grid. Yeah, that's about it. The other thing that you might want to look at are a few different color palettes or color swatches that come pre-built. The web hues is sometimes an intuitive or more intuitive color swatch to go off. These are all web safe colors, but nowadays you don't have to use exact web safe colors, mainly because nowadays most screens render millions of colors, rather than in the 90s the screens weren't as high and they didn't have fantastic resolutions on their screens. So yeah, there's a couple of swatch palettes that you might want to look at, but I'd recommend basing them mainly off your logos. Alright, so I thought that would be a nice introduction to setting up a few home pages in Photoshop. I wish you luck. Thank you.